UFC 305 just wrapped up and a lot of surprising things happened, such as knockouts, submissions, and controversial scorecards. But in this video, we're going to be matchmaking every single fighter from the main card of UFC 305. Starting off with the first fight on the main card, we have Jing versus Carlos Prates. Jing, he doesn't really need a fight. I mean, he's not going to accomplish anything. But if he does, let's give him someone not that good like Phil Rowe. There's not much explaining to do here. Both are on a 2-fight losing streak, and this is actually a winnable fight for the Leech. Phil Rowe is a long-rangey guy, but he doesn't have that toughness like Jing has. And I think Jing gets this done. Next up with Carlos Prates. Prates is looking very good. He's looking like an elite kickboxer, and he has a lot of talent and potential. I think we give him someone like Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa just submitted Tony Ferguson and would be a good test for Carlos Prates. If Prates wins, we give him a ranked opponent, or we make him fight one more time for a ranked opponent. Because Michael Chiesa, he's not bad necessarily, but he's decent. Next up we have Tai Tuivasa versus Jarino Rosen. Tai Tuivasa is on a 5-fight losing streak, 4 of them coming from finish. And another person who's coming off a loss is Rodrigo Nascimento. Rodrigo is ranked number 15 and is coming out from a knockout loss over Derek Lewis. Tuivasa doesn't look that good anymore, so we should give him number 15 to see if he should even be in the rankings. And this is a reasonable fight. Moving on to Rosen, we should give him Marcin Tybura. Tybura is well-rounded, but he's coming off a loss, and Rosen is ranked below him coming off a win. If Rosen wins, then he's back in the top 8. If Marcin Tybura wins, then Rosen will stay where he's at, and this is a good test for Rosen to see if he belongs in the top 10, top 8. Next up, we have Mateusz Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. This fight actually surprised me because I thought Mateusz Gamrot was going to win, and I actually do think he won. I think he got robbed. I give it 2-1 Gamrot over Dan Hooker. So starting off with Gamrot, I say we give him Paddy Pimblett, and let me tell you why. Paddy Pimblett has a lot of star potential and is a fan favorite. Paddy's on a 6-fight win streak in the UFC. 2 of those are coming against Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green. Gamrot would be a good test for him. If Gamrot wins, this gets him back in the winning column. Moving on to Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker is a very exciting fighter, and another exciting fight with him would be against Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is coming off a loss over Arman Tsarukyan and needs a win. Dan Hooker is on a 3-fight win streak. They're both good strikers, both fan favorites, and both put on entertaining fights. So I don't see why the UFC wouldn't do this. Next up, we have Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. Man, I feel bad for bedtime. And I'm actually a big Steve Erceg guy, so we're going to start off with him. Steve Erceg just got knocked out the first round by Kai Kara France. Should fight someone like Manel Kape. Manel Kape is coming off a loss, and Steve Erceg is still an elite contender. I believe Steve Erceg can beat a lot of guys, and Erceg vs. Kape would be a fun fight. Moving on to the winner, Kai Kara France. I think he should fight the loser of Pantoja and his next opponent. So whoever Pantoja's next fight is, the loser of that should fight Kai Kara France. And if Kai Kara France wins, he should get a title shot. Kai Kara France is one of the best flyweights in the world, as he proved against Steve Erceg. And I think we all know he was robbed against Amir Albazi. Moving on to Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Man, I feel you, Kenny. I feel you, Kenny Okoye. I think Izzy should fight the winner of Imavov and Brendan Allen. The reason why I don't think he should fight the winner of Whittaker versus Chimaev is because he already fought Whittaker twice, and I don't think him versus Chimaev should happen. Izzy's on a 2-fight losing streak and probably won't be in a title picture anymore. I think Izzy should fight contenders coming up, such as Brendan Allen and Nasruddin Imavov. So the winner of that gets a shot at Izzy. Moving to Dricus, I think we all know who he's going to fight, and that's Sean Strickland. Dana White already said Sean Strickland is next up for the belt, and some people think Dricus and Sean had a controversial fight. Sean is a former champion, and also beat Izzy as well. So I think it's safe to say Sean Strickland vs DDP is the next. I appreciate you guys watching. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. The Discord is in the link in description. I'll see you all next time. Guys out.